Well, in the next few days, the Carey A. Winders Detention Center here on North William Street in Goldsboro will be open for business. And we're here today with Kendall Lee, who is the Facilities Director for Wayne County. And Kendall, this is quite a place. This is a beautiful facility.
It is to be a jail. It looks real good.
It does look good, and it's almost completed. There's a few minor things to be done, but the floors look great. The doors are in place and almost ready to go here.
It is. They're just going over a few punch list items and just the final completion of it, but it's pretty much done deal.
Any idea what we're looking at as far as opening day?
Opening day is probably going to be probably the first part of the year. The actual completion of construction is right around the corner here, and like I said, we'll actually take possession of it, but that'll give the sheriff time to get his detention officers in here, let them learn the building, learn how it works, possibly even bring some current inmates over to actually use the building, you know, but with the holidays coming, Christmas, you know, right around the corner, I think the sheriff is wanting to just sort of plan on toward the first of the year actually opening it, you know, for its real intention.
That makes sense. All right, we're going to take a quick tour of the facility here. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
All right. Kendall, we're a series of communication devices here. What are these?
These are video visitation booths. If a person wants to come in and visit with one of their relatives or someone that's an inmate here, they'll actually come talk to them right here. This video, the inmate in the back has this very same booth back there, and you can come here and talk to whoever you're here to talk to via telephone, and like I said, you'll be looking at them, they'll be looking at you. This is as close as you'll get to the inmate.
Okay, right. Now I like the idea that this is near the main entrance.
Yep.
You check in with the employees here behind these glass fixtures here. You come around, and this is right within walking distance of the front door.
Yes, sir.
Very close.
Yes, sir.
So and this is as close as they get.
This is as close as you get. They'll come right here and ask to speak to them, like you said. Which this is a little deceiving right now because there are partition walls that go in between them for more privacy, I guess you would say. But right now, that is one of the things that we're finishing up on with the punch list items.
All right, and there's 10 units in here. 10
yes,
of these. So
yes, sir.
You get 10 at a time in here.
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. Now, the public, you say this is as far as the public will be able to go. This is about about a 30 by 30
Maybe
room?
30 by 30 room. Yes, sir.
Okay. And this is as far as the public will get inside this facility.
Absolutely.
Everything else is staff and
inmates.
Customers.
Yes,
inmates.
Customers. That's right. That's right.
All right. Well, we're going to continue with our look here. Oh, and one more thing here. I noticed the bathroom facilities, restrooms are here, right here for the public.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Right.
Men's and women's handicapped accessible, water fountains, video visitation, and a waiting area.
So there's no walking, no excessive walking. You just walk in, sit down, and you talk to your loved one.
Yes, sir.
All right. Very good. All right, there's one other place here I want to look at. Kendall, inside, we're looking at a room that's also in the public room here at the facility. And now, what is this room here?
This is attorney visitation. If their same room is on the opposite side as well, and the attorney coming to visit his client can go into this room, and the inmate or his customer, if you will come into the room on the other side, and this is as close as they'll get. They'll be able to talk to each other through that glass.
But they cannot pass papers. They can't do any of that?
I think they can pass paper, but that's about as thick as anything you're going to get. There might be a little paper pass through right there, but other than that, that'll be it, and that will be videoed as well. So it'll be on tape if anything. Whatever they do pass to each other. Yes, sir. All
right. Very good. Now, we're looking down a hallway here. Now, we're outside of the public access to the building. Now, what's going on here?
This is our staff for the detention center. This is the officers' lounge, restrooms, a couple of offices, and this is just their private area. Once again, no public gets to this, and obviously no inmates get to this.
All right. And I notice right here on the other side of the wall here, this is weapons.
Weapon storage, yes, sir. Any officer that's going to go into the detention center won't take any weapons with him at all. He actually locks these up, and there's a key that he sticks in his pocket that'll open that back up when he gets back out.
Excellent. All right, staff right here, and they have a room, a conference room,
yes, sir.
A rest area, that sort of thing.
Conference room, a lounge, if you will, kitchen, and like I said, office and restroom.
Now we're looking at the door that leads to the sally port, which is when prisoners, inmates are brought to the facility, they're brought in a door here. There's a large door on the outside. There's a large opening here that's that has doors on both sides, entrance and an exit door. They will be brought here. They'll be brought through this door. This is called the sally port, and then they'll be brought into this hallway here. From here, they lead directly in through this door into a reception area. All right? In the reception area, as we move a little closer to this area, you will see that as they come into the building, they will be received here by a receptionist. And you can see there's still some work to be done here. From here, there'll be a holding area. As we can work our way right over here to this area, you'll see this door that is a holding cell, if you will. There's two of them, two holding cells. And right now, of course, stainless steel. There's a restroom and a bench in there that they wait to be checked in and processed in this holding area and reception area. So we walk back down the hallway here, and one other room here is as the inmates are checked in, they will, all of their belongings, everything they have in their possession is brought to this room and placed in this bag. And the possessions that are of the inmates are held in this bag until they leave the building to go elsewhere, to do whatever. But once they leave, they can get all their possessions back. But while they're here, everything they have stays in this bag. And this is a large room. There's a lot of bags to fill up. Now this room is, as you can tell, is the laundry of the facility here. Some large machines, and this will all be done. In fact, all the laundry from this building, from this facility, and from the old jail will all be done in this room. The plan is that later on, as this facility expands, there will be a larger laundry room built to accommodate, again, for the increase in population here at the detention center. There's some very large machines here, and they're certainly going to keep everything clean, up and running. All right, the area we're in now is, well, it's called a kitchen area, but actually this is nothing more than a warming room. And as you pan around the room, you'll see that there's several shelves here, but this is a warming room. They won't do any cooking here right now. But as food is brought from the other jail, that's where the cooking will be done, is brought in through a food or a kitchen sally port behind us here, and from that point brought and placed here and warmed, because it'll already be cooked. So they warm it up here. Now, future expansion includes building a kitchen as they expand this facility in years to come. A kitchen will be added, and then that way there will be cooking from the kitchen in this facility. But right now, it's a pretty large room. A lot of warming expected in this kitchen area. Now we're in the doctor's office here, the medical room, if you will, here at the facility. You can tell it actually looks like a doctor's office. They'll be able to treat patients in here. They'll have a pharmacy here. They'll have everything that they need to take care of minor issues health-wise with any of the inmates here at the facility. But it'll be a complete pharmacy and complete with medical help, medical facility here at the Carey A. Winders Detention Center. We are in the IT room, the information technology room here at the facility, where I guess you could say this is the brains of the entire facility, where they keep everything up and running. All the computer equipment, what controls the lights and the gates and the doors and everything, actually runs out of this facility, out of this room rather, the IT room here at the building, in the building. This would be, I guess you'd call this the radio room, receiver room here. This is where a lot of the electronics will be taking place here for the facility, as they are still installing a lot of the equipment here at the Carey A. Winders Detention Center. You can see a lot of cabling, a lot of wiring being run, and you can understand how important it is that this room is added to the facility here. All right, we're back here with Kendall now. And Kendall, we're in what I would call probably one of the most important parts of this facility here, and that is as we entered the door here, we look through here and we see a few tables and some of the rooms, if you will, some of the lockup.
Yes, sir.
And we'll look at those in just a moment. But I want to get into this room right here. What do we have here?
This is actually main control for the whole building.
Main control.
This is. You've got two control towers, but this is actual main control. They can both do the same stuff, but this one is the boss. This one is the main brains of the outfit.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Kendall, we're in the brains of the facility here. Now, why is this? Tell me about this room.
This is main control. It is everything happens in here. They have their monitors here. They have control of the doors and everything. The whole building's automated, and they have control of everything from this room. The fire alarms, smoke alarms, generator, all the doors, all the cameras.
I see we have a few cameras.
We have a bunch of cameras.
A bunch of cameras in here, and there's a camera on every corner.
You don't move in this building without being watched.
Seen,
Somebody
right?
sees you.
Of
That's
course, they're
exactly right.
looking at it right here on this screen.
That's a small example of it. There's probably 10 of those screens, and you can see every inch of this place.
Every inch of this place.
Yes, sir.
Now, the whole idea is, number one, is to keep our inmates in place.
Yes, sir.
Number two is to ensure their safety.
Absolutely. It is. It is.
And everybody else's safety as
It is.
well.
That's exactly right. Works both ways.
It does work both ways. Now, we have two rooms here, don't we? We have a room over there.
We do.
And a room over here.
We do. That's exactly right. And they can see, from here, you can see every inch of those from right here, from this one spot.
And prior to all this, in other facilities, you'd have one central operation looking on one room.
Yep.
And you might have 4 or 5, 6 different rooms, and each one would require personnel.
Yes, sir.
Would require a lot of attention.
Yes, sir. There's at the old jail that we've got downtown, there's probably 50, 60 employees that run that one. This one here, it only takes 27 people to run it 24/7.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We only need 28 people.
That's it.
That's amazing. Now, we're just outside what you call the
Main control.
The main control, and so the personnel are standing in there watching what's going on here in this room.
Yes, sir.
Now, behind us, we see these phones set up here. Now, these are the phones that connect to the front
That's
and the
right.
public.
This is the other half of that video visitation like we saw when we first came in the front door, and this is where the inmates would actually sit when some of their loved ones are here to visit them. They'll sit right here and talk to them on the phone and see them and talk to them right here, close as they'll get.
In a lot of cases, in the Department of Corrections, you set up an appointment, then you go and visit the facility, and you go at a specific time, a certain day, a certain place. You have to be there, and you go in with several other people. This looks almost as if you could just about set an appointment and come visit almost any time you like.
I think you can.
Is that right?
I think that's true.
Now,
that
neither
would
you
obviously-
nor I work
That's
for
right.
the Department of Corrections, and
That's
we
right.
don't work for the Sheriff's Office.
That's right. Yeah, that'll be his call. But yeah, you're right. I mean, with 10 phones up there, you could probably come just about any time. I think so.
Well, that's a convenience.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
We also see on the wall back here a series of telephones, but any idea what those will be used
Those
for?
will be those are regular telephones that they could call out, but they have to have permission from the guards to call out. I mean, it's not like they can just pick up the phone and dial out anytime they want to. I mean, if there was a phone call to be made, and I think they have certain phone rights, but once again, I don't work for the Sheriff's Office.
Right.
But what I think they do have the opportunity to call from time to time, and that's just a regular telephone.
You can't do anything in here without permission.
Absolutely.
You can't do anything
Nothing.
without permission.
Nothing. No,
All
sir.
right.
It's got up to the guards, whatever they allow.
And I noticed these tables here. These are nice, and they have actually checkerboards built into it.
Yes, sir. Give them something to do.
And I noticed TVs on the wall.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you would probably my first opinion was like everybody else's. We're going to be in jail watching TV, but it gives people something to do. I mean, you're in here 24/7. If you got a TV to watch, if you got a game to play, keeps things a little more under control. Gives them something to do during the day versus having a whole day full of nothing to do.
If their attention is on the checkers or their attention is on television, they're less likely to sit here and dream up things that they could do to create problems.
Quite possibly, yes, sir.
Not that they would.
That's right. Just keep making it probably a little more peaceful for the guards anyway.
Keeps their minds occupied.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Let's walk across the way here and look at a couple of these rooms. Now, these are actually lockups, right?
These are individual cells here, which there's two beds to each individual cell.
to a cell.
It's just this one section is like this. It has these rooms in it, but now the other ones that we're going to go to are open dormitory style. There are no rooms. We'll look at those when we go over.
Okay.
These actually can be locked up, I guess you'd say, for lack of a better word. You can close these cells up and two inmates stay in there if they just want them confined to those areas.
But they will. I'm sure they'll have mattresses here.
Yes, sir.
And, of course, there's coat racks.
Yes, sir.
and there's shelving in the bathroom. facility.
Very, very, very unprivate area, if you will.
Unprivate, indeed. And I can't help but notice the mirror
Yes, sir.
is not coming off the wall.
No, sir,
And
nothing.
it can't be removed.
Nothing in here is coming off the wall. Everything's either bolted with security screws or it's welded to the wall. Nothing is removable.
All right. Let's now go to the other side where we do not have quite the security of this room.
Sure.
Take a look.
Yes, sir.
Kendall, we're in a dormitory style
Yes,
now.
sir.
Tell me about this room.
Obviously, you don't have the individual cells in this one. This is just like it says, dormitory style. All of those right there are beds. Obviously, they don't have mattresses on them yet, but when you're in this room, you're in here. There's no individual lockup in this one. There'll be 64, I think they said, inmates in this room, and you bunk together. And obviously, you see you have more tables and chairs because you have more inmates in here than will go into individual cell side.
Right.
But when you're in this room here, you're in here with 63 other people all the time.
63. It's a total of 64 people in here, and I see the TVs on the walls. I see the telephones that we talked about a little while ago.
Yes, sir.
I also see the communication devices over here that will allow the inmates to talk to a loved one outside in the public area.
Yes.
Again, the public's not allowed back here.
Nope.
Anywhere in the building, for that matter, except for that little small, well, it's not small, but that room up at the entrance to the building. All right, now I see there's about 6 to a unit here, and so there's a whole bunch of people, inmates, that can be held in this room.
Yes, sir, that is correct.
All right. And showers? They have showers?
Yes, sir.
And restroom area?
Showers and restroom areas.
So once they're in here, they don't have to leave this area,
No,
do they?
sir. This is
Because
where
they
you
got TV, telephones, contact.
Yes, sir.
Now, that door over there at the very end of this room, all the way at the end of this room, is that door available to be open to the inmates?
It is. That is an outside courtyard. That is, as a matter of fact, we'll gladly walk down there and look at it, but you actually can go outside for recreation as well. But it is a block wall all the way around, has a mesh top on it. There's no getting out. That's
No
for
getting
sure.
out. So once they go through this door, they can't get any further than that block wall.
That's right. And once again, if you can go out if the guard says you can go out. It's not.
You have to have
open. It's
permission
not-
to do everything.
Yes, sir. It's just. I mean, he'll have to mash the button and open it to let them out, and they can come out here and get some actual fresh air.
All right. Oh, yeah. Okay, now out here we do have a mesh. Boy, I tell you what, they couldn't get through that,
No,
could they?
sir. You're not going out. That's not.
All right.
No, sir.
So, and this is lighted so they can be out here at night.
It's lit up very well.
Uh-huh.
Cameraed very well.
Got cameras out here.
Speaker system. I mean, if they want to talk to them, if they're out here with the door shut, they can still talk to them. Yeah.
Right. So for fresh air, they have this facility.
They do
as
have
well,
the
this
option
room.
of coming outside and getting some fresh air, which I'm sure would be nice if you had been locked up.
Yes, indeedy. That's very nice.
Yes, sir.
Very nice. All right. So this is pretty much the dormitory style. How many of these type rooms do we have here? Is this the only dormitory?
No, there are 3 of these.
Three of these?
Dormitory styles, and then the one is individual cell size.
And then the individual, that was the
Yep.
only one. So there's
Yes, sir.
4 units here.
4 units. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Somewhere between 2 and 220, I think this place I hold. Seems like 217 comes to my mind, but
Okay. But now there's plans for expansion because we have a large piece of property here, and the plan, I know, is to expand at a later date.
absolutely. There's the next phase of this project that I hope won't be many years down the road will be just to the north of this one, and it'll, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be approximately 400 inmates in that one, as well as the sheriff's department, and pretty much when it's a done deal, that you will actually the third section of that is to build this again on the other side in the future. And once it's all said and done, all of the detention center and all of the sheriff's office will be right here on this one. There'll be one big justice complex, to be honest with you.
A justice complex.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, I like that.
I like that.
The
Sound
Carey
good.
A. Winders Justice Center.
Tell me, and you invented that.
I love it.
Yeah, I
love
like it.
All right. Well, walk this way.
Yes, sir.
So the reason for this is, number one, is to update our current facility.
Yes, sir.
Number two, because we almost always have an overabundance of inmates. We are always overcrowded.
Overcrowded.
And it got to the point that we had to actually loan out or actually farm out
Yes, sir.
our inmates to other counties.
Yes, sir. And on any given day, that number changes. But the last count I had a couple of weeks ago, we had 60 inmates out of our county, and at $50 a day a piece, that gets very expensive.
$50 a day
a piece
per prisoner.
per prisoner. Yes, sir. So if we can get them here, we're saving the money, you know, sending them out. And plus the future plans are to get other people's inmates and do that for them. We'll keep them here and charge them the $50 a day.
There you go.
It actually could turn into a money-making issue, I believe, is the plan in the future.
Well, think about this. You got 60 people in other counties, and we're paying these other counties $50 a day. That's $3,000 a day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
$3,000 a day.
Yes, sir.
Times 30 a month. 3,030, that's $90,000 a month.
That's expensive.
That's a bunch of money.
That's a bunch of money.
So we need to turn this around.
We need to, that's exactly right. Need to get it open, get them in here, and start collecting some of the other people's inmates and paying for this thing. It actually, over a period, I think we figured of 4 years, possibly 5, it will have paid for itself. It
Is that
won't
right?
cost the county taxpayers a dime. Yes, sir.
That's good news.
Yes, sir.
Kendall Lee is Director of our Facilities Department for the Wayne County Government. County of Wayne. Kendall, I appreciate the tour, and I thank you very much for this.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.